What's good? What's good, baby? Hey, man, it's Tuesday and I'm excited, and it ain't about no tacos. Welcome to the show. It's your boy, Mr. Fat Pack, coming to you live from the ATL, and this is FatPack's Lounge. I want to welcome all of y'all for joining me. Hey, man, like I say, it's February the 1st, 2022. Let's get this show going, man. Here we go.
Here we go. All day and all day. My main focus is getting money. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. All day and all day. My main focus is getting money. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. I'm getting money.
Hey, once again, welcome to the show. I hope everybody got their drink. You know me, got to pull up, man. Hey, if you don't know, you got to get you a drink, sit back, relax, and watch the show. That's the only way, or that's the best way to watch FatPack's Lounge. So, like I say, I want to welcome y'all to the show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's February the 1st, 2022. That first month went by kind of quick, didn't it? It's already second month of the year. I like to first start off by sending a shout out to all my new subscribers. My numbers have been going up. I want to say thank you. Shout out to everybody on iHeart. Shout out to everybody on Spotify. Shout out to everybody on Apple Podcasts. Shout out to everybody on Google Podcasts. Shout out to Podbean. Shout out to YouTube. Those are all the places that you can find Fat Pack Entertainment. So if you get a second, if you're not busy, slide by one of them and hit the subscribe. More than likely, the one I really want you to hit is the YouTube. But yeah, man, check me out, man. Like I say, shout out to all my subscribers from all the new sites that I just recently mentioned. And without further ado, man, let's get into this show because I got a lot for y'all today. And here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. I should have been fucking with this music shit, man. Shit, rough out So welcome back, man. It's been a good week, man. I can't complain, man. I'm happy I'm here. Y'all know if I'm here Tuesday nights with y'all, I'm always excited. So without further ado, let's get into this first story. We are talking about Mr. Ahmaud Arbery. The Ahmaud Arbery case started last week. A federal judge rejected a plea deal Monday afternoon that would have allowed one of the men who killed Mr. Ahmaud Arbery to avoid a federal hate crime. Travis McMichael, the man who fatally shot Arbery, had his plea deal tossed out. Now, what did this plea deal include, or what was he asking for? He was asking that, a decision has not been made on Gregory McMichael. We know the third guy. I call him camera guy. You know, I got a name for everybody, but William Bryan. I think he's of course he's taking a lesser charge, but I think he's cooperating with them, so that's why he won't end up facing the same charges that the other two brothers, or father and son, or whatever they are. But decision hasn't been made on Gregory McMichael's plea deal, but Arbery parents were against the plea deal, of course, because it would have allowed them to serve time for both cases, meaning that both sentences would have ran consecutively together or synced together, however you say. I don't know how you say, but they would have been together and stuff. Even though they facing life, you know what I'm saying, they still want them to face their time for the regular court case and then for the federal court case, because the federal court case is the hate crime situation. So a judge had been expected to rule separately, but after the judge's rejection of the initial plea deal from the first McMichael, attorneys asked for more time to decide whether or not to change their plea for the second McMichael. So after they got rejected, they was like, yo, you know what? We might not want to try neither one of these. So the deal asked for the time to be served at a federal prison instead of a state prison. And that was the problem that Arbery mom had with it, because she felt like if they did that, then granting these men the preferred conditions of being in a federal prison, it's like giving the killers a last chance to spit in her face for murdering her son. So, and she wasn't pleased that the prosecution tried to agree to this deal without even consenting the family first. So it's a lot going on with this case. The attorneys for Arbery mother, Miss Esley Merritt, she said a federal prison is a country club compared to state prisons. So that's why, of course, like I say, the Arbery family is against this. Trial is scheduled for Monday with the start of jury selection. And like I say, William Bryant, Mr. Camera Guy, I think he's going to be cooperating with them. So he's going to be facing lesser charges. So it's still a lot that got to go on with this case. Like I hate these cases because it always brings up bad memories for the family and everything that they've been through. And it reminds me of, when, it reminds me of when everybody was out in the streets, man, and, fighting for equality. So I just suck because, like I said, we all get to be reminded of stuff that goes on in this world. Speaking of equality and stuff like that, I don't know if anybody heard about the situation on Monday. Several historic black colleges and universities across the U.S. went into lockdown and canceled classes Monday after receiving bomb threats. Reports say by early afternoon, all had been issued all clears and lifted lockdown orders. So they say by the middle of the day, by noon, that everything was back to normal. At least 6 schools: Albany State, Bethune-Cookman College, Bowie State, Delaware State, Howard University, Southern University, and A&M College received threats. The crazy part about this story when I was reading is that, man, it's the second time since January that HBCUs have received bomb threats. On January the 5th, Howard, once again, Norfolk State, University of Arkansas, North Carolina Central University, Xavier, and Prairie View A&M University all received bomb threats. Nobody knows where these bomb threats are originating from, but the FBI is still investigating. This is crazy. Speaking of hate crimes, from my first story, it's still, hate crimes are everywhere, man. It's crazy. Like, you would think that we would be around here fighting everybody and mad at the world, but we just trying to live our lives, and then we gotta deal with something like this, or something like the Arbery case that remind us of what our ancestors went through. And it just, it sucks. Like I say, we've humbled ourselves to an extent, you know what I'm saying? We just trying to live, and we want to get our money. We ain't worried about all that stuff. But when people start doing things, let me take a sip of that one. When people start doing things against your kind, then of course, like I say, it reminds you, it start making you think of all the stuff you learned in history class when you was a kid, and now you start to understand a little bit more about what that stuff really meant. And it's a sad situation, but hey, man, it's the world that we live in, man. And I want it to change. Do I expect it to change? No, but I'm hoping that it change. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's always gonna be hate, no matter what. It's a generational thing. I feel like more now than anything. I mean, most of the hate comes from, parents that's teaching it to their kids. So, if they don't sit there and try to, if they don't enforce it around in the household, then like I say, it won't be it's a bigger situation, but we have people that feel like that's important. But anywho, on to the next story, man. I want to talk about these ladies from New York. I don't know if anybody heard about these nurses from New York. This comes from Suffolk County, New York. Two nurses on Long Island are accused of collecting more than 1.5 million by selling forged COVID-19 vaccine cards. Whew. 1.5 million forged COVID-19 cards. What are you talking about? A come up. Julie Devu Uno, 49, and Miss Urara. They don't even give her first name. They just put her down as Miss Urara. Were arraigned last Friday. Both were charged with one count of second-degree forgery for this situation. Divu Ono also was charged with one count offering a false instrument for filing. I don't know what that means, but she got an extra charge than the other person. During arraignment Friday, prosecutors accused the ladies of forging a vaccination card for an undercover cop, even though the card had not been administered. So they were selling bad cards that weren't even legit. Law enforcement officers searched Devu, I hate this name, Devu Uno's home and seized about $900,000 in cash and a ledger which suggested they made over 1.5 in scheme from November to January. So they was able to get 1.5 million in 2 months. Of course, this ain't the first case or the first situation where nurses were doing some hood stuff. Apparently, some nurses in South Carolina in December and some nurses in Michigan in September have also faced charges for vaccination card forgery. But the nurses that was in Michigan, they were stealing the vaccination cards and reselling them. They were stealing authentic cards. So at least they was, theirs was real and legit. So they was able to, if your name on it is a legit card. But the people in New York, the ones that made 1.5, and apparently they had to make the most money in this situation. They were just giving out cards. So I could have gave you one of them vaccination cards, man, and you would have been able to show off and say, hey, it was an Antonio Brown or Aaron Rodgers situation where you had a fake card. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't authentic, but you just had a card that you could show like, hey, look, flash them real quick. Flash them real quick. I'm legit, man. I'm legit. What you talking about? But anywho, yeah, so that was in Long Island, New York, man. So apparently they finna face some charges, and that's their situation, man. Let me see. I got a few more minutes. Boom. Let me run to this next story real quick, man. This was a sad situation. Story I was reading about former Miss USA. I'm sure y'all might have heard about this also. Pretty sure y'all heard about a lot of this stuff, but I try to bring it to y'all in FatPack form. You feel me? So, Miss USA, former Miss USA, Chelsea Chris, former Miss USA, dead at only 30 years old, man. Look at her up there just chilling. Beautiful smile, whatever. But, she apparently jumped out of a window in a Manhattan building. Or she jumped from a Manhattan building. I don't know if it's a window, I don't know if it's a rooftop. Either way, baby just took it like that's got to be like, listen, man. I always said one of the worst ways to die gotta be being burnt up, because you're gonna feel that all the way through until I guess until you inhale enough smoke or whatnot. But to jump off a building, that's gotta hurt. Like, what if you jump and you don't die? I mean, just the possibility. I mean, you can go 20, 30 floors up. What if you just jump and don't die? But I'm sorry, I don't mean to make light of this. She had to be going through some stuff. Miss Chris was an attorney who sought help to reform American justice system. She was also a fashion blogger and an entertainment news correspondent for Extra. She was crowned Miss USA in 2019. I haven't really been watching Miss USA in a while, man. When I was a kid, I used to keep up with this stuff, but I don't really watch it no more. But yeah, I haven't really seen it in a while. But from what I heard, the last few had 4, 5, or 6 has been African American. But anywho, the NYPD is still looking into circumstances surrounding Chris' death. They have no recognizance of why this happened. She was, like I say, she was an attorney who sought to help reform America's justice system. She earned her law degree at Wake Forest in North Carolina, man, and then she did her undergrad work at the University of South Carolina. So I just want to say rest in peace to Miss Chelsea Chris. Sad story. It's not worth losing your life, man. Hey, man, I'm going to take a break. I want to say shout out to everybody that's tuned in, that's been watching. I appreciate y'all, man. I see y'all. I got a lot of people looking in today. Hey, I appreciate it. Make sure you stop by the page and subscribe to the YouTube, man. I prefer y'all hit the YouTube more than anything. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in like a minute. Like I say, this is your chance. My breaks are for you. Go ahead. If you haven't got your drink yet, if you just tuned in and you don't know what the situation is, man, we get us a drink. We sit back and we watch FatPack's Lounge. So we gonna take a break. If you ain't got your drink, hey, you can have water. I started to mix it up tonight and drop a smoothie on y'all, but I gotta have my little beverage because that's how I like to do it. So grab your alcoholic drink, whether it's a beer, some wine, some liquor. I got some vodka tonight. And y'all sit back and watch the show and sip on your drink. Like I said, I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back. Y'all sit tight.
Don't take your love from me, girl. Say bring it right back. Bring it right back. Say bring it right back. Say bring it right back.
Man, everybody, please take a second. Go by the YouTube page. Subscribe to the page. Numbers been going up. I appreciate it. I love seeing the numbers go up. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube page, I appreciate it if you guys go stop by and do that for me.
Always greener on the other side. I've been constantly thinking about the nights to remember, staying up till the sunrise up. Do you remember how we used to cuddle up under the covers? We was just the best of friends, but we made love like some lovers.
Second of all, the FatPack's Lounge is now streaming also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody had enough time to grab your drink and sit back and relax. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I hope y'all like what I put on tonight. I tried to be, put on the collar for y'all tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I put a lot of time into this to bring y'all the best. So you know what I'm saying? The hardest part be trying to figure out what to do with my hair. You know what I'm saying? This take a little minute, but anywho, I get it right for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get the hair right. But anywho, back to the business. Let's go, man. We're going to talk about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan been going through it. Joe Rogan got a beef with this guy, Mr. Neil Young. Look at that guy out there, man. He got to look like he sell peanuts or something like that. But no disrespect. And to be honest with you, I don't know much about Neil Young. I read a couple of stories. I try to read more than 2 or 3 stories, more than 3 stories. I probably do like 3 stories. Read 3 stories, try to get different perspectives on this, and then I give y'all my perspective on what I think after I read the 3 stories. That's why I always have my notes now. So just so y'all know, I don't read off stories. You know what I'm saying? I give y'all everything from the dome. But anywho, Mr. Joe Rogan been battling with this guy, Neil Young. Neil Young accused Joe Rogan of pushing dangerous information surrounding COVID and the pandemic. Young gave Spotify, which shout out to Spotify. I love Spotify because I stream on Spotify. Don't forget, check me out. Young gave Spotify an ultimatum to remove Rogan or remove his catalog. Now this dude to say some shit. You know, it's a grown-up show. To say some shit like that, you gotta feel like you got some pull. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know much about Neil Young, but tonight I will go and do some research because I'm pretty sure if he's a musician, I'm pretty sure I know some of his music. If he do podcasts, then I don't know who he is. But if he does music and he's supposed to be like somebody that's, you know, popular, I'm pretty sure I know some of his music. I just don't know that Neil Young sing it. But apparently he went up Spotify like, yo, y'all take this dude shit off or y'all can pull me. So with that being said, Neil Young ain't on Spotify no more. Apparently Mr. Neil Young is no longer on Spotify. Spotify responded by saying they will begin adding disclaimers and content advisory warnings when people discuss COVID. Rogan responded defending his podcast where he has had doctors on and listeners claim that misinformation was being spread. He says he's not a doctor. He's just a person who sits down and talks to people and has conversations with them. Does he get stuff wrong? Yes. But he tries to correct it. And, you know, being a part of this world, every time I make a mistake, y'all got to understand, boy, I sit down after every show, sit here and I watch every show and I critique it. Just like I used to do when I played football. So I sit down and I go through every show and I watch it and I critique it. So if I mess up, it kills me. When I watch it and it's all, you know, like this is a live show. So once it's done, it's done. What I do is, you know, it's done. So I hate when I mess up. So you know what I'm saying? We get stuff wrong, yeah, of course, but we always try to correct it now. A couple of people always, you know, say, hey, don't worry about it. It is what it is. But like me, it just bothers me. I want people to know that I'm a, you know, stat checker and I always want to be on point. But anyway, after he said that, you know, he gets stuff wrong, he tried to correct it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, that's what it is. And that's what it is. But Joe Rogan podcast attracts over 11 million viewers per episode and streams exclusively on Spotify. Now, listen, man, that's what I need. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be the next Joe Rogan on Spotify. I need it because apparently he signed a deal with Spotify in 2020 for $100 million. Can I get some Joe Rogan around here? Hey, listen, Spotify. My podcast is FatPack's Lounge. Check me out. I got graphics. I got music in the background. You know, I got a couple of followers. Shout out to y'all for watching. But hey, I need that Joe Rogan. I'm going to sip to that one. I need that Joe Rogan in my life, man. Let's get to this next story, man. We're going to talk about Miss Tasha K. Now, for those of y'all who don't know who Tasha K is, that's the YouTuber chick that had Cardi B up in court exposing her sexual life, talking about she had that STD, that fi, that hot, that do not pass go and collect $200. But anyway, after the results was revealed, we found out, you know, Cardi B was straight. But it's funny just the fact that she had to, it ain't funny, but it's funny that she had to actually go through this. And what if she really did have STDs? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if she did have that hot, that fi, that itchy, yeah. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. But anyway, Miss Tasha K, boom. YouTuber Latasha Kibi, a.k.a. Tasha K, spoke out for the first time since Cardi B won a multi-million-dollar defamation suit against her. Kibi rebuttal comes after a federal jury ordered her and her company Kibi Studios to pay 2.8 million in punitive damages and legal expenses. Oh, she 2.8 million. She gotta be worth 2.8 million, right? Let me know. She got to be worth it. Shout out to everybody. I just seen all the comments. Shout out to everybody hit me up on the comments, man. I see y'all over there, man. Appreciate y'all chiming in. Shout out to Versus. Shout out to Hunter. I see y'all. Shout out to Ernest. Shout out to Ed. I see y'all, boys. Shout out to Rick Simon too. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So appreciate y'all watching. Yeah. Shit, almost wasted my drink. Yeah, 2.8 million. That's a lot of money, dog. That amount in addition to hold on, I'm sorry. It's more. That amount in addition to 1.25 million for general damages and medical expenses bring the bill to 4.05 million. That's a lot of money. The vlogger said the verdict came as no shock after spending 3 challenging years fighting the case. But added she wouldn't change a thing. So let's think about this, right? You say you went through 3 challenging years fighting this case, but added she wouldn't change a thing. Now, for them to even try to get 4.05 million out of her, she gotta have that much money. On top of that, she's bound to make, this is just me talking, I ain't saying this is reality, but this is me talking. She's bound to make more than that after all this is said and done. All the publicity she got with this case, somebody gonna probably sign her. Some big company gonna sign her. It could be BET, it could be A&E, it could be anybody that do live entertainment, that does live events. They can sign her, and she can make more than 4.05 million. So for her to say she wouldn't change a thing, it was challenging, but she wouldn't change a thing. Like I say, she got to be worth that much, and then ain't no telling what's in the deal. She must have another deal in the works. She spoke to her 995,000 followers. I need my followers. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe, follow me. I need my followers up. She told her followers she learned so much and every moment was incredibly powerful. All this stems from videos where her and Star Marie Ebony Jones posted and falsely claimed the rapper engaged in prostitution, contracted herpes, and used cocaine, according to the court reports. Cardi's lawyer initially sent a cease and desist letter demanding she remove the video, but Kibi responded by posting another video reaffirming the first video was accurate. So you had a chance and you still ain't take heed. Kibi says her team is already appealing the verdict and vowed to continue fighting. Of course, she's getting mixed responses on the internet. Some people everybody that does anything has supporters. So no matter what, right or wrong, people are gonna support her. And so people gonna be loyal to her, man. And apparently that's what it is. So like she said, her people are gonna try to appeal this, man, and get up out of this situation, man. Let me see, where we at? 28. I got time for one more before I go to another break. Boom, let's talk. Man, my feelings so hurt, man. My feelings are so hurt, man. Look at K Michelle, how she looked and how she used to look, man. I am oh my God, K Michelle, what's going on, boy? I used to love K Michelle over there in the back in the day, and now she look like, who is that? I love K Michelle music though. Don't get it twisted. Let's talk music wise first. I love her music. K Michelle can sang, but she don't look like she used to. Boy, I used to be in love with K Michelle back in the day. Look at all that back there. Now look at her over there, just looking like a toothpick. But I understand the situation. But I used to love her. I don't care about. I used to love her. But anyway, K Michelle, aka Kimberly Michelle Pate, is starring in a Lifetime series called My Killer Body. in which she describes her own plastic surgery struggles. You couldn't tell me back in the day she had no work done, but anyway, I thought it was all natural, but apparently it wasn't. In the documentary, Michelle helps men and women desperate to reverse plastic surgery procedures that now threaten their lives. Michelle says the document purpose is to save someone's life, and that changing and to show that changing her body almost killed her. Michelle was one of the first celebrities to come forward with her personal health struggles after silicone injections nearly took her life, and that is why she feels compelled to help people. And that's good. That's good. You know what I'm saying? It's always different ways to give back to the community, and sometimes you learn from your mistakes, and now you want to just try to help and prevent people from following in those same footsteps. Man, at the end of the day, we still don't know what's the long-term effects with everybody getting these situations. So, to each his own. I ain't knocking it. It looked good, but it don't always feel good, and like you touching that shit, you like hard. Feel like you touching a police officer, and she got on like it's like police officer and protective, what they call them, flak jackets, bulletproof vests, walkie-talkie, microphone. So, but it looked good though. But anywho, each episode will follow two patients while also simultaneously following Michelle's ongoing personal story. So each show is going to be two new people, and then her story going to continue each story. So at the end of the day, you still get K. Michelle's story, which is kind of cool. She's going to tell her story. Michelle hoped that changing her look would further her career. She had her breasts done, her butt done, and her hips. She said she wanted to look just like a Coke bottle. Hey, I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you. She was close, boy. She was close. She said after seeing her favorite rapper go under the knife, she made an appointment with somebody in Atlanta. And he wasn't a doctor. It was black market. And what she got was called hydrogel injections. She said that's what they called it. By 2017, she had started experiencing migraines, fatigue, and shooting pain in her back and her legs. They later discovered that the silicone had spread to her legs, and it was damaging her tissue and threatening her life. She says it's been a journey since doing this show, and it is one of her accomplishments she's most proud of. So, like I say, it's always different ways you can give back to the community, give back to people. You know what I'm saying? It's just anybody in general. We go through experience, man, and we learn stuff. And, it's good that K. Michelle has the platform where she can reach out to people. And, when people have a platform like that, they're able to affect people, and, people listen to them a little bit more. So, congratulations to K. Michelle on her new project. I wish her the best with that. And, it is what it is, man. Hey, do your research about stuff. Like I said, my whole opinion on plastic surgery is, we still don't know long-term effects. And that's my biggest concern. So to each his own, man. We're going to take a break. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate everybody dropping the comments tonight. It's like one of the busiest nights in the comment box. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, chiming in. Gonna take a quick break. When I get back, man, I got some more stories for y'all, man. So y'all just sit tight, man. I'll be right back.
Don't take your love from me, girl. Say bring it right back. Bring it right back. Say bring it right back. Say bring it right back.
Man, everybody, please take a second, go by the YouTube page, subscribe to the page. Numbers been going up. I appreciate it. I love seeing the numbers go up. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube page, I appreciate it if you guys go stop by and do that for me. On the other side, I've been constantly thinking about the nights to remember, staying up till the sunrise up. Do you remember how we used to cuddle up under the covers? We was just the best of friends, but we made love like some lovers. Second of all, the FatPack's Lounge is now streaming also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Welcome back to the show. It's your boy, Mr. FatPack, coming to you live from the ATL. Want to thank all y'all for tuning in. Hope everybody got their drinks, man. I want to get right back into this. Hey, man, I was talking to y'all last week about a clip that I didn't have ready for y'all, but I definitely got it ready for y'all, and I want to share it with y'all because it's like one of the most gross things. What's going on with these pastors going wild? Like I said, I shared the one about the people last week that had the 8 people trapped in their basement, and I mentioned Pastor Todd, but I didn't have the clip. But I got it for y'all now. I want y'all to check this out, man. Look at this, man.
Don't see it clearly yet, but you hear.
So for my people that's listening on the audio podcast, this is a pastor at a church, and he's standing in front of the people, and he just was talking, and out of nowhere, he just spit in his hand. So first thing everybody is thinking, like, what's going on here, right? Let's see what he does next. So this is the short version I'm giving y'all, but I'm giving it to y'all raw. So that was more. So he had this one glob of spit sitting in his hand. So he went for the second go round. Now the whole time it's a guy standing next to him, and everybody in this clip want to know, like, what's going on here and where is this situation going? And finally, he hit us with the
In the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you, it might get nasty. And do you hear and see the responses of the people?
Now, we all just witnessed some nasty, disgusting stuff. Ain't no way in Z world can anybody put their spit in my face. The poor man just sit there and let him rub spit. He sit there and like mixed it all together in his hand and just like rubbed it all on dude. And the nastiest part was when it fell. It like some of it, like it was so much that it like kind of fell down his face and dripped, and he had to like grab it. Like, let's see, here we go again.
In the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you, it might get nasty. And do you hear and see the responses of the people?
Yeah. Yeah. No words. No words at all. So, in other news, that's gross, man. That was disgusting. So, in other news, everybody heard by now. I reported this when I was doing my other podcast, when I was doing my other show with a co-host. Now I'm solo dolo in the booth, like what? You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I do. But I reported that it was rumors about Rihanna being pregnant, and apparently they're true. Not that I broke the story, but I just seen some stories that, you know, Rihanna was pregnant and she wasn't making it public yet. But apparently she is. Rihanna has babies on the brain. Miss Rihanna is 33. Expecting her first baby with rapper ASAP Rocky. The couple was spotted taking some photographs over the weekend while Rihanna was showing her baby bump in this pink ensemble with some jeans and stuff. Back in May, ASAP Rocky went public about Rihanna and his relationship, stating that it feels better than a relationship and that Rihanna is the love of his life. ASAP Rocky and Rihanna started dating 3 years ago after her split from millionaire Hassan Jamil. Sound like ASAP Rocky is really in love, man. I have nothing. I have nothing against people that's in love. And I just want to say congratulations to bringing in your new bundle of joy. A baby is a beautiful blessing and like one of the best things in the world. It humbles you, it calms you down a little bit. And you know, Rihanna been out of the picture lately. Ever since she been with this guy, we haven't really heard much from Riri. So congratulations to them too, man. And matter of fact, speaking of babies, oh God, Mr. Nick Cannon, aka Rabbit, Mr. Rabbit himself. Nick Cannon was in the news 2 months after the death of his 5-month-old son. 2 months after the death of his 5-month-old son Zen, Nick Cannon announced that he's expecting child number 8. Not 1, not 2. What LeBron them say? Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 8. My man got 8 of them, boy. But hey, man, that's Nick Cannon. He can do that, man. And Nick Cannon has been with all of them, man. He with a model right now, man. What's her name? Bree Tiesi. Bree Tiesi. Nick Cannon. Baby number 8. He made the announcement on his show standing before his studio audience. Cannon started out by showing tweets from fans who poked fun at him for having another kid, which is true. This man got a lot of kids, man. I told you, Mr. Rabbit. But anyway, Cannon continued by saying he's in a good space and shared photos of him and TSC's baby shower. They had a gender reveal, and they found out that they're having a boy. This is her first child, and this is Nick Cannon's 8th. Congratulations, man. I ain't mad at Nick Cannon. If I want to be messy, you know, this baby they might have knew she was pregnant. If they already had the gender reveal and they're able to know what the baby is. The baby was 5 months and Nick Cannon got another. I ain't trying to be messy. Congratulations to Nick Cannon, but something ain't right there. But I'm gonna leave that alone, man. Bim Yam. Look at Janet, boy. Janet look old right there, but you know, still love Janet. I ain't mad. I ain't saying she looks old. She just looked like an older version of Janet Jackson. I'm not saying that she aged or she looked bad. Y'all understand? But Janet just looked like an older, like she looked like she sit in the kitchen all day and cook muffins. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying she just looked like an older lady now. She not control. She not that Janet no more. She not Rhythm Nation. She not. But I ain't saying she not fine. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Let me hush, man. Janet, she still look good. Janet walking here right now, she got it. Anyway, Janet Jackson had a documentary released January the 28th titled Janet, presented by Lifetime and A&E. Have any of y'all seen it? I watched it. It was pretty decent. Listen, I'm a Jackson 5. Jackson, I know their whole story, so everything in there pretty much I already kind of knew. Like, honestly, like my mama used to listen to the Jackson 5 and listen to them all the time. So we grew up on that. So we knew a lot about them. We watched documentaries back in the day when documentaries used to come on VHS. You know what I'm saying? Pop it in the VCR like plat plat. Get that thing running. But anywho, she revealed a lot of stuff in this documentary. Series delivers a super exclusive look into the Grammy winner's childhood, her rise to fame, the scandals, and the relationships that impacted it all. The documents talk about the family, of course, talk about dad, Joe, talk about mom, Catherine, talks about her brothers, all how many of it was, the sisters, Rebe and Toya, you know what I'm saying? Randy, the brother. I don't know if Randy's a dude, but I'm just saying, I didn't name the dude, so I just want to let y'all know I'm deep with this. Tito, Marlon, you know what I'm saying? All them boys. Bobby, let me not go there. Bobby, I was going to say something about New Edition, but I messed that up. But anyway, yeah, Jackson 5, man. Everybody knows Jackson 5. But yeah, to me, I watched the documentary. It looked like Janet was in competition with Mike, man. Like, and that's crazy. Like, let that man be him, and you just do your thing. Like, it felt like she was trying to compete with him the whole time. It was like she didn't like being in his shadow, which I can understand that, but still, at the same time, if you just so happen to be the brother of the most famous and greatest of all time, then just, you know, be that. Don't be trying to compete. You know what I'm saying? But the weirdest part from all this was the biggest reveal was little leprechaun guy right there, man. Jermaine Dupri revealed We always knew that they was together. We knew they broke up, but nobody never really knew what they broke up for until this documentary was released. And apparently, Jermaine Dupri decided to cheat on Janet Jackson. Now, how you decided? You got Janet Jackson now. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you decide to cheat on Janet Jackson? He says one of the weird things about dating Janet is that it attracted other women to him. And more women wanted to talk to him. Like, Janet Jackson upgraded you, bro. Because, you know, you kind of hurting, man, you know. But if you want to sign me, I sign with you. But, you know, Janet Jackson made you look better, I guess. Made you more approachable or whatever. The internet slammed Dupri, labeling him the donkey of a lifetime. Saying he's stupid. Janet was ready to marry Dupri and give him babies. And he messed that all up. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We don't know. But Janet been lay low, man. I don't think she crazy. I don't think she, you know, someone got that crazy gene, but she don't know. She might have missed her. You know, in the family, the crazy gene, it'd be like every other. It'd be like every other. You know what I'm saying? Might not be yours, but your sister messed up. Or they kids. Whatever. Anyway, she say, you know, him cheating wasn't the only reason. She say him living in ATL and her living in LA was a big issue for them too. He would never make time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you don't make time for Janet, dog? Control. You tripping, dog. Control. Man, real quick, man. Let me show y'all something real quick, man. Y'all see this picture up here, man? This is weird. It's this dude in Alabama, man. Supposedly he's a lookalike. He looked just like NBA Youngboy. Supposedly this guy was found. His name, he goes by, this is the crazy part. He goes by 334 Lil Peanut or NCAA Youngboy or NCAA Youngboy. Now, ain't that some biting? Like, you look like the man, now you gotta be NCAA Youngboy. He probably used to get paid in the clubs in Alabama. I'm sorry, I'm making too much fun. Anyway, according to multiple reports, NBA lookalike known as 334 Lil Peanut or NCAA Youngboy was found dead in the woods in Alabama. Circumstances surrounding the death are unclear, and as of now, all we know is that he died of multiple gunshots in Union Springs, Alabama. Sad story. It don't say much about how old he was or nothing like that, so I can't really tell you much about that. But sad story, man. I wish the kid situation of his family the best. I'm kind of rushing a little bit because I'm trying to get to this break. I'll be trying to keep the show under an hour, but I'm going to probably run over a little bit tonight. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's FatPack's Lounge, man. It is what it is. We're going to take a break, man. If you need to go refill your cup, if your drink too soft and you need to add some more fire, you know what I'm saying? Add some more liquor. You can do that right now. If your drink too strong, you need to add some more chase, you know what I'm saying? Put some water on the flames. You can do that. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I'll be right back in a minute and a half, man. Y'all sit tight, man. It's almost over. Yeah.
Don't take your love from me, girl. Say bring it right back. Bring it right back. Say bring it right back. Say bring it right back.
Man, everybody, please take a second. Go by the YouTube page. Subscribe to the page. Numbers been going up. I appreciate it. I love seeing the numbers go up. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube page, I appreciate it if you guys go stop by and do that for me.
I've been constantly thinking about the nights to remember, staying up till the sunrise up. Do you remember how we used to cuddle up under the covers? We was just the best of friends, but we made love like some lovers.
Second of all, the FatPack's Lounge is now streaming also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Fat Pack coming to you live from ATL. And this is Fat Pack Lounge. Hope everybody had a chance to fill up your drink, man. Real quick, man, I want to share something with y'all that was real funny that I had seen.
Yeah. Make it right cooking. Yeah. Yeah.
For those of y'all who don't know who that is Lil Boosie. Apparently, he got his hands on some mushrooms, and apparently, when you get on mushrooms, that's what you do.
Yeah. Make it right cooking. Yeah.
Shout out to Boosie. I love Boosie. But that's funny. He said he was on Twitter talking about how much he loved mushrooms. But anywho, let's get to the fun stuff. Yeah. It's your boy Fat Pack, man. It's sports time, man. Matter of fact, let me hit y'all with it. Yeah. I should have been fucking with this music shit, man. Shit, rough ass. It's Fat Pack. Yeah, man. So listen, I don't even know why I'm looking this up because I don't even need to look at it. Hey, man. First of all, I just want to say the NFL playoffs this year have been amazing. I am so excited to be a part of this playoff session, and I have caught every game. I have not missed a playoff game. I think I have caught every minute, and I am glad because I'm going to give it to you. So, of course, we know last week was the big game that would have let everybody know who was going to the Super Bowl. And I made my predictions, man. I don't know if y'all be loyal, if y'all be checking me out, but I made my predictions. And I'm sad to say, man, last week had a rough week, man. I'm 1-1. You know what I'm saying? I'm 1-1. But thank God that guy right there and his team and his fellow teammates, I got the one win. I ain't mad. Listen, man, 50%. I ain't a betting guy, so I ain't got to worry about losing no money. So y'all ain't got to worry about that. Your boy ain't losing no bread. But thanks to Joe, Mr. Cool Joe, I'm 1-1. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get to the 49ers and the Rams. It was a good game, man. That was a real good game. Real good game. Shout out to the 49ers, man. They wasn't able to pull it out. They had a good year. I was kind of going for them on the sly. I'm a Dolphin fan, but I go for teams. So I was kind of going for them on the sly, hoping that they would win. But I ain't mad that they lost neither, because now we know the Dolphins, they'd have won the Super Bowl. Dolphins would have had the last damn pick. Fuck. We already got a lot going on in Miami. We'll talk about that a little later. But 49ers wasn't able to pull it off, man. You know what I'm saying? They lost, man. Shout out to them. Like I said, they had a good year. I picked the 49ers. I felt like they had the most heart. But you got to respect the Rams and what they got going on. So shout out to the Rams. They won the game. Stafford looked real good. You know what I'm saying? Stafford off of blood, man. I won't be upset if they was able to win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, I'm going to give y'all my pick in a second. But, we'll see how that turns out. So the Rams was able to go to the Super Bowl. And then, in the first game, the Bengals and the Chiefs, another shootout. Good game. Ended in overtime. The field goal kickers are ruling the playoffs. I love it, man. Listen, this is the most exciting playoffs I've seen. And I've been watching football since like 2000. I've been watching football. I'll take that back. I've been watching football, since 1990. When Buffalo and the Giants was in the Super Bowl. That was my first real Super Bowl. Watched that game from beginning to end. I was going for the Giants back then because my uncle, shout out to my uncle that's in the hospital, man. Get well soon, man. I love you, Unc. Hope you get well soon, man. But shout out to my aunt, man. I love my aunt. That's my right hand, whenever I'm That's who give it to me raw. But anywho, I'll talk about him later. Yeah, the Bengals and the Chiefs, man. Back to this game, man. It was a good game, man, but the Bengals was able to pull it out, and I was rocking with the Bengals. So the Super Bowl is set. There's no more guessing. Shout out to all my Dallas fans. Shout out to all my 49ers fans. I like 49er fans, though. They're not as bad as the Cowboy fans. You know what I'm saying? I like the 49ers fans. They talk a little bit. You know, they still, just like they say we hold this 72 thing back here, but, we hold that to our grave. They hold that Joe Money 4 years and Steve Young Super Bowl stuff. They talk a lot. If it wasn't for Brady, they wouldn't be quite. They'll probably talk a little more, but since Brady came along and won all them Super Bowls, they can't really brag on Joe Money. But shout out to the 49ers, but you know what I'm saying. Pass to the left, helmets to the right. Feel me? Super Bowl is set, man. We got the Rams, we got the Bengals. I already told y'all last week, man, I'm rocking with the Bengals, man. I ain't even got to think about it. Now, I am going to say that the Rams do have a lot of star power on their defense. You know, they got Aaron Donald, they got Jalen Ramsey, they got Von Miller. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple of other pieces here and there. You know what I'm saying? They defense real good, man. But I'm just rocking with Burrow, man. I'm a big fan of chasing Burrow. You see them two up there. I'm a big fan of them two. And I feel like they're going to pull this out, man. Their defense can't really stop nobody. I said that last week. But when the money was on the line, the Bengals was able to come back, and their defense was able to hold the Chiefs where they needed them, and they pulled it out. So I'm looking forward to this Super Bowl. It's going to be good. The Rams seems like the more well-balanced team. But I'm going with the Bengals and Joe Burrow. No question asked. And hopefully when I come back, I'll be right. And everybody be cheering. And I'll be doing my little Super Bowl thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the parade. Hey, I was right. You know, it's good for bragging rights in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, with this podcast, I can always go back and be like, look, I said it, boy. I told you they were going to win. If I'm wrong, you know, I might delete some of this stuff. I'm just playing. Hey. Take a sip to that, man. We gonna see, man. All I want to see is a good Super Bowl. I don't want to be no blowout. In other news, man, real quick, coaches hired. Hackett is going to Denver from Green Bay. Eberflus from Indianapolis is going to Chicago. The Bowl from Buffalo is going to the Giants. I feel like it's one more coach that I didn't write none of it. I never write none of my sports down. So all this be off the dome. I got my one little tablet here with the scores. Everything else be off the dome. But I think it's one more coach. I feel like let me see. NFL, let's see. I'll look it up real quick. But in other news, apparently Brian Flores today has something to say about the situation with the hiring. Oh, Josh McDaniels went to the Raiders. Jim Harbaugh is expected in Minnesota for an interview, but I feel like he's gonna be in Miami. I feel like you don't fire Flores unless you know that, and I feel like all this was a process for them to not just fire him and hire Harbaugh. But I feel like Harbaugh eventually might be in Miami, and if that happens, I'll be happy. I mean, he might be the only guy that'll be okay with his. You know, you gotta understand, to come coach the Dolphins, it's a lot they ask you for. They ask you to work with Tua, who everybody's not excited about doing, and you know nobody really wants to do apparently. Not even his old coordinator from Alabama. So you got to come in and work with a quarterback that nobody is 100% about, and then you got to work with a staff. You can't even put together your own staff. Your defensive staff is like they're trying to say, "Hey, we want to keep the staff," which I love that because our defense was good. The only person we missing is Flores, and we're gonna see how much of a play caller he was on our defensive side of the ball. But I ain't mad at them keeping the defensive coaches, but it's not fair to whoever they bring in that he got to work under these circumstances. He probably had a friend that he wanted to get that job to, and now he got to deal with somebody he don't really know. It can cause friction where they don't get along, or it can cause a whole lot of issues. So it's like come coach us, but you gotta, we got stipulations A, stipulations B, and probably C and D that we don't even know about or haven't heard about yet. So it's a sticky situation, and I mean, like it's the Dolphins, man. What you expect, man? This is what we have done over the years, so none of it surprises me. But it is what it is. I'm gonna rock with them for I'm gonna still ride with them. I can't see myself cheering for nobody else. But back to the Flores situation, he came out today saying that some racism going on with the interviewing processes for minorities, and he's complaining about the situation isn't fair, and he could be right. You know what I'm saying? He could be right, but he probably shouldn't have said nothing. Flores is talking his way out of a coaching job next year. Y'all don't know the NFL will blackball you and erase you and make you disappear. So he might have just talked himself out of becoming a head coach next year, but he'll probably be a coordinator somewhere. He'll probably have a good defense, man. But sad situation, but it is what it is. Gonna talk about this dude real quick, man. And this ain't no story. It's just me off the top of the dome. This freestyle session I already went over the hour, so everything from this point is not scripted. This dude, man, Shaq was talking about this guy, man. This dude real funny, man. You could not play with me back in the day. And I played basketball, but I ain't played like for no team or nothing. Like, I played in the hood. We used to get it down. Back in the day, boy, we used to be playing on the crate. Me and my dog, Andrew, Big Dre, Tay. You know what I'm saying? We used to be getting it in, boy, with aluminum foil ball. My grandma used to work for the school board and bring home this big ass thing of aluminum foil. And we used to just like ball up. It wasn't that huge, but we used to make like a little basketball. And we used to be out there hooping on the little crates, the milk crate she brought home from work. Man, we cut the bottom of that bitch out and hammered it up to a wall in the backyard. We couldn't even dribble the ball, dog. We just had to do what we had to do, but that was how we got it in. But yeah, man, this dude right here, Kyrie Irving, couldn't play with us, couldn't play with me, couldn't play with none of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like what he doing. I understand he's standing up for what it is, but I feel like when you get to a certain level, man, you gotta abide by the rules just like everybody else. I ain't heard of nobody else that's doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in Brooklyn did what they had to do to help the team. And at the end of the day, we paying you millions of dollars to be the face of a franchise, and you can't understand that the vaccine is the only way that you can help us. It's a sticky situation, man. And at the end of the day, something got to give, man. Like, either Kyrie gonna have to give or he gonna have to go. And I think even still, when if he had to go to Brooklyn, he'll have to sit out that game or a couple of games. But it's a sticky situation. Like I say, man, I always put the team first. You know what I'm saying? And if it was a situation where I had to get vaccinated to play and to be there with my teammates, man, I would do it. And it's a sad case that, like I say, I'm not forcing nothing on him because I'm not getting vaccinated, but I don't play for the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the NBA. I don't make $20 million a year. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of the best players in the league. I don't like Kyrie, but he is one of the best players in the league. And because of this whole vaccination situation, he's not playing. To me, it seems like he don't want to really play basketball. He just want to sit back and get paid. And who don't? But you obligated, man. When you sign these big contracts, man, when you the face of a franchise, you obligated to be out there and help your team the best you can. So Kyrie need to get his mind together, man. You know what I'm saying? His team looking forward to him helping, and he out here doing his thing. The NBA, I ain't really gave y'all too many stories about the NBA. It ain't really much going on in the NBA, man. Everybody hurt. Everybody sick with COVID. A lot of teams ain't full strength. Kawhi and Paul George ain't played together in I don't know how long. The Heat, we put together a team every night, come out strong. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you that Phoenix and Golden State is running the West. And the Heat and I want to say the Nets is second behind us. But we still don't know the truth behind the whole NBA. It ain't really much to say. LeBron hurt. He haven't been playing. The Lakers suck. They got issues out there. Anthony Davis ain't been able to play consistently. So they got some issues going on out there in LA. Philly got issues going on with Ben Simmons. He ain't playing. They pretty good still, but he ain't been playing. So they still got to trade him. Clay just came back not too long ago. He'd been in a slump. But, that's expected. When you've been out for so long, you're going to be rusty. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he don't get down about it. Clay is very emotional and, he loves, sports. And, of course, you want to come back and be great, but it's going to take time. You got to get your basketball legs back. So don't let it discourage you, man. Just know it gets better over time. Man, listen, man, I appreciate everybody that's been checking in to the show. Let me see, man. Like I said, had a lot of people chiming in today on the comments, man. I appreciate it, man. I love it, man. Don't forget, man, you can catch me on YouTube. You can catch me on Spotify. You can catch me on Apple Podcasts. You can catch me on Google Podcasts. I'm on iHeartRadio Podcast. I'm on Podbean Podcast. I'm on Anchor Podcast. You can catch me at all them places. You want to get in contact with me, you can hit me up at fatpackslounge@gmail. If you email me anything or if you comment on anything, I'm going to reply. Right at this moment, I don't have that many comments, so I can reply to everyone. So feel free to chime in, man. You can give me some you can give me some input on the show. You can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always curious to what people think. You know what I'm saying? Is my makeup good? Is my hair good? Y'all can let me know any of that. But anyhow, on a serious note, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, don't forget you can catch me on all the outlets that I just mentioned. I have not much to say, man. I appreciate y'all coming. Like I say, I love Tuesdays. I always look forward to this. Like I say, I try to find the best stories to give y'all. And I try to put the FatPackism on it. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all enjoyed the show this week. Don't forget, I'll be back again next week. Same time, same place, 7 o'clock Eastern. On YouTube, man. When I get done, like I say, I gotta go do some editing so I can upload to my fellow followers on my podcast, my audio podcast. Shout out to my Spotify people. Shout out to my iHeart people. I get a lot of hits on those audio podcasts. So I definitely love my audio podcast followers. Excuse me. Excuse me. I have a lot of followers on those sites. I want to say shout out to all my new subscribers. I've linked up with a few people on some groups in Facebook, and we've been chatting back and forth, and we've been helping each other, you know what I'm saying, trying to get these numbers up. So we'll go ahead and give a shout out to a couple of people. Like I say, first of all, I want to send a shout out to my uncle, man. Get well soon, man. I love you, big uncle. I miss you. Can't wait till you call me back. We do got a bet too, nigga, so hey, you get healthy, boy, we got to talk. But get well soon, man. Miss you, love you. Like I say, man, whenever anything go crazy with me, you're probably the first person I can call and talk to, man. Talk to you about a lot of stuff. So, man, I hope you get well soon. When I say he gave it to me raw, it wasn't never no sugarcoating, and it was never nothing I wanted to hear, but it was what I needed to hear. And that was what made me and him so close. So get well soon, Big Lou. Shout out to all my peoples, man. Shout out to my girl Leslie. Shout out to Big Dre. Shout out to Sam Stills. You know what I'm saying? My two rights. Rest in peace to my dogs. Rob G. Rest in peace to my dog, Big Swole. Let me see. Shout out to Ernest Peterson. Shout out to Cinematic Anarchy. Shout out to Talk Galore Podcast. Shout out to Martin Gonzalez. Shout out to Zen 10. Shout out to the Podcases. Shout out to Dylan Atloff, I think that is. Shout out to Courtney. Shout out to Otia. Shout out to Chopper Jones. Shout out to Steve Sylvain. Shout out to Dave Backers. Shout out to everybody, man. I know I always forget somebody, man, when you be behind these lights and everything staring at you, you forget. But shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to all my loyal. Shout out to Fana. Shout out to everybody that's been loyal, man. I never forget the people that was here with me in the beginning. I see all that, so I know who you are. So I'll never forget that. You know, at one point, hopefully, I'll be busy enough to where I have somebody else that's gonna be taking care of this stuff. And I still check in, but right now you're getting Fat Pack himself. So if you chime in, man, like I say, I interact. I'm gonna talk back with everybody. If you follow, subscribe my channel, I will subscribe back to yours, whether you trying to do something with yours or not. I am an equal opportunity subscriber. So like I say, you follow me, I follow you, I subscribe to you. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all too much longer. Like I say, my Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and iHeart and Podbean, all y'all sit tight. As soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna go ahead and edit this show right quick for y'all, and I have y'all uploaded and ready. Man, listen, till next week, everybody be safe. Don't forget to pray before you lay. Hey, man, when you get done listening to the show, man, go find somebody you love in your household, man. Give them a kiss. Tell them you love them. You know what I'm saying? Hug them. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? End the night on a good note, man. Like I say, till next week, it's your boy, Mr. Fat Pack, coming to you live. I appreciate everybody that chimed in. I appreciate everybody that watched the show. Don't forget, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, YouTube, I'm live. If you can't catch the show, you can catch me on the podcast, audio shit. You know how I go. Hey, man, y'all be safe, man. I am out. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Y'all be easy. Yo. Don't you hate when you can't find what you're looking for? God damn it. Get out of here. Holla, y'all.
Here we go.